Hey, what is going on, guys? It's DK. Back at you with another video here to break down the 5-game NBA main slate on Saturday. Before I get into the video, if you guys are new to the channel, welcome. My name is DK. I make daily videos and live stream for NBA and NFL slates on Draftkings. If you guys are playing the 2-game NFL slate tomorrow, make sure to check out my video. We have $1 million up top. Also, make videos for NBA Top Shot, NFL Day. If you guys are not familiar with those, again, I have videos up breaking those down. If you're unable to watch these videos, I also upload on Apple Podcasts. Link is down below. Premium content, patreon.com. I offer 2 different packages. We cover NFL, we cover NBA, main, and the showdown slates. And I would like to thank the sponsor, sponsor this video, Prize Picks. So guys, Prize Picks, if you're not familiar, is a player prop site. So a couple different ways you can play for NBA. You can take over under on fantasy points. You can take over under on points, rebounds, assists, 3-pointers made. And how it works is you pick 2 to 5 players and you can win up to 10x your money. You can also mix and match sports. So say you wanted to do a couple from NBA, pair with a couple from NFL, you can definitely do that. They have a lot of different sports too, all on the top bar here. So if you guys want to try it out, make sure to sign up and use my code DKDFS. It is DKDFS, all one word, 100% match up to $100. Basically a free $100 if you deposit use my code. And thank you. I want to thank you guys again for coming out and checking out the live stream today, guys. We hit close to 200 concurrent viewers. So really appreciate all support. Just make sure if you do enjoy the free content to hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already, and hit the notification bell just so you know when I upload and go live. Okay, so let's look back lineup here from tonight. And man, the random blowouts and foul trouble. Again, for the last week, besides last night, we were on a really hot stretch. We were taking down everything, big wins every single day, and now getting back with the bad variants, right? So Giannis Antetokounmpo, random foul trouble, and then a blowout. He lost massive minutes. Giannis Antetokounmpo did. He picked up his third at the beginning of the second quarter. Didn't come back in until the third, and then the game blew out. He got pulled with about 5 minutes left. So. You do the math. That's a lot of minutes for Giannis that he lost because of random foul trouble and a blowout. And then the Mavs tilted me even more. Low-owned Tim Hardaway Jr. on pace for 50+, blowout. Jalen Brunson, pretty popular, but on pace for 50, blowout. Maxi Kleber, I pivoted to him from Eric Pascal. I'm sure you saw all that. Well, Kleber was still on pace for a really good game. Blowout. And I thought it was looking like the Denver game was going to blow out too, but luckily Jokic came back in. But man, the potential that this had, and I'm cashing still in GPPs, but it might be a min cash day. I might get pushed out the end. We'll see. I was a little bit surprised that Whiteside was a letdown. He was almost 90% owned. And not a letdown, but I expected way more from Whiteside. I expected a little more from Trent Forrest too. I was a little bit surprised that Butler was double the ownership of Forrest. Butler did outscore him by a couple of points, but I ended up just playing both. And yeah, that is it for the look back, guys. Again, could have been a massive night here. If the Dallas game stays competitive, I'm getting Brunson and Hardaway going for 50+. I'm getting Kleber going for 30+ easily. And then the Giannis foul trouble, yeah, a lot of pain. Right, a lot of pain. Winning lineup right now. This is in the Thunderdome. So Butler, Forrest, Hughes, Pascal, Whiteside, James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Jokic. So 100% Whiteside, no surprise. The Jazz guys all really popular. Jokic 50%. No real surprises here, right? It's all kind of what I expected. Yeah, guys, that's it for the look back. Hoping for this slate I can avoid the bad variants, right? No random foul trouble, no random blowouts. And let's talk about this 5-gamer. So Milwaukee and Charlotte, again, if you faded Giannis tonight, well, yeah, you got pretty lucky, not going to lie. 27 minutes. Again, if he plays his normal 36 to 38 minutes here, 70+ probably. So yeah, that one hurt. It hurt a lot. As far as the rest of the Bucks, so again, Drew Holiday's in the health and safety protocols. I don't believe we're going to get anyone else back. I know we'll keep an eye on the news. But yeah, Giannis, I mean, once again, he's in a smash spot here. Didn't play full minutes because of foul trouble and blowout, so he's a little bit more fresh. And this is just one of the best possible matchups you can get against Charlotte. So I don't think we're going to spend a ton of time. I think Giannis is a great play. I think Chris Middleton's a solid option. Again, he'll be their clear number 2. He went for 40 fantasy points in 30 minutes. I think he looks pretty good. Bobby Portis had an amazing first half, cooled down a little bit, but still went for 47 fantasy points. And we've been wanting to target bigs against Charlotte all year. So yeah, the main 3 guys there from Milwaukee, I think, look really, really good. As far as the rest of the Bucks go, I think Nwora is viable here. Again, he's going to play big minutes, but he also has to hit a shot. So, he's not going to do much in the peripheral stats department. Had 2 boards, that's it. Again, that's the risk if you play a guy like Nwora. Don't play Boogie Cousins. He is not on the team anymore. Rodney Hood got banged up. I don't think he'll be available for this one. Or no, not Rodney Hood, Wes Matthews. So they're basically the same. 2 washed up guards. But yeah, Wes Matthews got banged up there at the end of the game. So I don't think he'll be available for this one. So like Rodney Hood, again, probably gets some run at 3.5K. I guess he's playable. Sandro got 15 minutes. Again, probably not enough for me to go there. I just don't know if I can target like any of the secondary options. Like Langston Galloway did get some run. He got 20 minutes. I guess you can take shots in guys like Galloway and Rodney Hood if Wes Matthews can't go. But you're not going to feel good about that. Moving on to Charlotte. So Charlotte's a team that it's always hard to feel great if you're targeting anyone just because the inconsistent rotations at times, LaMelo Ball's minutes are randomly slashed. But he is sub 10K, and this game should be played at a pretty fast pace. So I do have some interest in LaMelo. Been quiet of late, but again, blowout here, but a lot of blowouts. So I think LaMelo makes for a nice bring back if you wanted to get some Milwaukee exposure. As far as the secondary plays here for the Hornets, they're all solid GBP plays, right? Bridges, Rozier, Hayward, these are all guys that have upside. Now, can you trust these guys in tournaments or in cash games? No, but the ceiling is there for them. And we do have PJ Washington back, so probably off a guy like Mason Plumlee. You have Kelly Oubre at 5'8". The minutes have been down on him. I know he went off last game, but that was kind of in the blowout, so probably don't trust going there. And yeah, I think that's really it for Charlotte. So Orlando and Detroit, 2 awful teams going up against each other. Cole Anthony, Wagner, both questionable. I expect both to go since they played last game. Anthony, in 26 minutes, he went off 45 fantasy points. I think he is a decent GBP play, assuming he does go. As far as the big sale, Carter and Bamba, I actually slightly prefer Bamba for the discount. Played 28 minutes last game. We know Bamba can have upside, and he's sub 6K, so he looks pretty appealing at that price point. Franz Wagner at 6'1", we should get low 30s minutes from him, but with Orlando being a pretty healthy team now, it doesn't really stand out. The rest of the Magic, I'll mention Terrence Ross, who is probably going to play 25-plus minutes and shoot the ball a ton. He's always a solid GBP play because he's going to come out and chuck. The rest, probably not. I don't think I can stomach Gary Harris. I guess he's fine. Gary Harris is still playing some decent minutes, but he definitely takes a step back usage-wise when you have these other Magic guys healthy. On the Detroit side, I think Cade Cunningham's my favorite option at the top. I think he gets mid-30s minutes in a competitive game. We know he's a guy that can stuff a stat sheet. I'm not afraid of Orlando defensively, so I think he looks pretty good. Sadiq, Hamidou Diallo, both feel a little bit overpriced. Again, they were leading the team for that stretch of games when they had everyone else out, but now they're getting, Detroit's getting pretty healthy again, so they both feel a little bit overpriced. The big situation, Isaiah Stewart will start, but he's just always in there's just never a game where he's not in foul trouble. So he's always viable for tournaments if you can randomly find that one game where he does stay out of foul trouble. The rest of Detroit, Josh Jackson's at 3.9. Again, the minutes have not been great on him, so probably won't go there. The guards are interesting, though. Killian Hayes, 3-4, played 30 minutes. Now, he did not play well. 2 of 10 shooting. We know this guy still has a low floor, but if he's going to continue to get close to 30 minutes, I think he's at least viable here. And then Saban Lee's been getting the backup point guard run, I should say. He's a much better point per minute guy, and in my opinion, should be starting over Killian Hayes. But that's just me. So that is it for Detroit. Let's move on to Utah and Indiana. So Utah right now, we don't know, right? They sat a lot of guys due to injuries. We'll see if it's just because of back-to-back or not. So it's really hard to say right now with Utah. If everyone ends up playing, then it's kind of the same drill, right? Like Mitchell and Gobert probably be the two favorite options, and everyone else would be like secondary plays. You could always go to Whiteside for tournaments. If everyone's healthy, you would play like 15-ish minutes off the bench. If we end up getting like everyone out again, then, kind of the same story of we're going to want a lot of Utah. Like Whiteside, Pascal, the two guards in Forrest and in Butler. Elijah Hughes one off. He would be very, very popular. Basically, the whole starting five would look good for Utah, and it would be really, really good plays. So, again, it's hard to say at the moment, but we'll keep an eye on that news. On the Pacer side, so we have Brogdon, we have Duarte questionable. There's a chance that they might be back. I believe Jeremy Lamb as well. So like if these guards end up coming back, it's definitely going to take guys like Sykes and Washington out of play. So we'll keep an eye on that. But yeah, Sabonis at 10-2 also depends on what happens on the Utah side. Like if they're resting, if like everyone sits again and they're going up against like the Utah G League team, then I'm going to like Sabonis a lot more. If it's a normal start, if Gobert's out there, then I'm not going to like Sabonis as much. And also we need to, see if like Brogdon and Duarte end up playing. If they do, Sabonis won't look as good. If they're out, he will look better. So a lot of if-thens for this game. Turner at 7K doesn't stand out to me. Sykes of all the guards are out. Again, I think makes for a safe value. 35, 38, and 40 minutes. He's been playing really well, so would like him a good amount there. And then guys like Washington and Stevenson will be viable as well. Washington's still playing big minutes, a little bit more scoring dependent. We know what Lance did the last game. Crazy in 32 minutes. 30 fancy points. But yeah, that's probably it for the Pacers, another team where we kind of have to keep an eye on the news. New York and Boston. So Julius Randle at the top, 10.1K. Again, feels a little bit overpriced for what he's been doing lately. The rest of the Knicks, I mean, again, anything worse than the random Fournier game? Like, you're just going to get one of these guys is going to have a good game, right? One of Barrett, Burks, Fournier, quickly is going to have a good game. Good luck trying to figure out which one's going to be, right? 2 games ago, it was Barrett. Hit his shots, 42 minutes, 48 fancy points. Last game, it was Fournier. We had, 3 games ago? It was Alec Burks, right? So, it's so hard to trust these guys in cash games because outside of Randall, they're going to go with the hot hand. And whoever has the hot hand, Thibodeau is probably going to play 40-plus minutes. So, Barrett, Burks, Fournier, quickly, all in play. I think assuming Fournier plays, these three have potential to play more minutes. Quickly at 4-2, has been playing kind of hovering in that low to mid-20s minute range. So he would be a little bit riskier. As centers go, like Robinson and Taj are going to split the center minutes, so neither really stand out. If Fournier ends up getting ruled out, then we'll see what they do with the starting lineup. They would probably throw like Quentin Grimes in there or like Miles McBride. So yeah, keep an eye on that one. On the Boston side, so everyone's healthy here basically outside of Pritchard. Jason Tatum had a really good game last game, but kind of feels like chasing, to be honest. 10-4 with a fully healthy team against the Knicks. Doesn't stand out to me. Neither does 9.1K for Jaylen Brown. Robert Williams, Al Horford, both feel priced about right. The guards as well. So basically the same thing I said about Boston last night because it's the same matchup. And everyone that was played last game is in again. So if you land in some of these Boston guys for tournaments, sure. But right now, all secondary plays. And finally, Miami and Phoenix. So another one where it's like, all right, we got to keep an eye on news here. Jimmy Butler is questionable. I see Dwayne Dedmon's not. Yeah, okay. I don't think Dwayne Dedmon's coming back, but he does have the Q tag, so monitor that one. But so if Jimmy Butler ends up playing here, then there's not a lot that really stands out to me. If Jimmy Butler misses, well, then the two guards get a pretty big bump. So Kyle Lowry, again, if you played him last slate, I feel for you. It was just a BS ejection. I looked back and saw that, and I was like, yep. If I had Kyle Lowry there, I don't even know what I would do. I would have lost my mind. So I really feel for you if you had Lowry there. But yeah, he would be a pretty safe play. The guy can stuff the stat sheet. Omer, you're at 7, 6.6. So just make sure Dwayne Dedmon isn't available. If he's not, I think he's a solid tournament play. I mean, we've been on this guy since the start of the summer league. No one knew who he was going into the regular season. I was like, man, like he's got 2 other centers ahead of him, but like if he can just get the minutes, he can show people what he can do. And he got lucky that actually Bam and Dedmon got injuries, so we're seeing what Yurt 7 can do. This guy is super talented. Sure, not the best defender, but give him some time, right? He's a rookie. This guy has insane upside. I think he's a pretty solid play, whether Jimmy Butler plays or not. Just a good point per minute guy, great rebounder, 14, 13, 16, 17, and 16 rebounds. Yeah, I mean, I still have some interest in Yurt Goat 7. Max Struss went off last game, but also you had Lowry and Hero ejected. Now, sure, Hero got ejected at the end of the game and couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, but so yeah, like a guy like Max Struss, especially if Jimmy Butler comes back, I just have no interest there. Robinson, they limited his minutes. He only played 17, so he could take some of those Struss's minutes. Martin at 4-7 with PJ Tucker back, with Jimmy possibly coming back, he could lose minutes. So, I mean, PJ Tucker had a great game last game, but it really depends on the status of Jimmy Butler for this team. And if Jimmy Butler ends up playing, there's no limitations, then I think Jimmy himself is a pretty safe play. And finally, Phoenix. So Phoenix, we have some guys coming back now too. We have Ayton back. We have JaVale McGee back. We have Jay Crowder back. So you have a lot of guys priced up from when these guys were out, and now they're all back. So Phoenix as a team feels a little bit overpriced. The 2 guards, I think, are still in play. It's a tough matchup, but Devin Booker, I mean, he still has a ceiling, right? He can go for 50, but he also has a low floor. We saw it last game. Someone asked me, why don't we play Devin Booker in cash games? This is why, right? This is exactly why, because he has a much lower floor. So Booker always in play for tournaments. I think Chris Paul still a pretty good price for him. We're gonna get low to mid 30s minutes. He's a guy that last game was an outlier. He went off, but yeah, that's an outlier. But he's gonna get a lot of assists. He's a decent rebounder for a guard. So I think Chris Paul probably my favorite play in the Suns. Now DeAndre Ayton, keep an eye on the news here. If there's no limitations, then I think he's a pretty solid play. If they're gonna limit his minutes, then not much interest. Obviously, Jalen Smith probably gets a DNP now, so he's out of play. Bridges is too expensive for me. Cam Johnson's too expensive with Jay Crowder coming back. So, yeah, the rest of the team feels overpriced to me. And, yeah, guys, that's going to wrap it up for the video today. So if you have been enjoying the content, again, just make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Really appreciate all you guys' support. Thanks again. Have a great night, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.